Beautiful night here in the City of Industry. We are outside of the Puente Mall, like I said, in the City of Industry. As I pan around here, going down here, well, that used to be a Mervyn's right there. There's the front entrance of the Puente Mall. That used to be a Sears. Wow, things have changed. Also, a little background about this mall, which I'll show you, which I will detail you right now, is that this is the actual filming mall for Back to the Future Part 1, where Martin McFly zoomed up to 88 miles per hour in a DeLorean to evade the Libyans. But I got a little background check for you. I used to work here at the Puente Mall, near the AMC 20 movie theater, which I will show you as soon as I go in to this beautiful mall. This was back in like 1997, 98, yes. And then everything over here was packed. Like I mentioned, there was a Mervyn's, there was a Sears, but like I mentioned, I used to work here in the Puente Mall in McDonald's near AMC 20. So, full throttle YouTube here inside the Puente Mall. Let's go, shall you? On this beautiful January 10th, 2026. Let's go. That is right, everyone. I'm here on this beautiful Saturday night here at the City of Industry for the Puente Mall. I've heard rumors and speculations that this mall might be closing. Don't know when. I heard a lot of rumors, like I mentioned, that it's going to be turned into a parking lot. I also mentioned was that I used to work here back in 1998, 1997, 1998, near the AMC 20 movie theater at McDonald's. So let's go inside this front entrance. Let's go. Let's see how this mall has changed. Look at this. Oh, here we go. that are open here at the Puente Mall, and some are not. From what I gathered or what I heard was that after COVID or during COVID, when the whole government shutdown happened, we lost jobs. All these schools had to close. Oh, there it is, right there. There's the Puente Mall. There's the Twin Pines Mall. There it is, right there. There's the Twin Pines Mall sign. It's still here. Like I mentioned, all these are boarded up. Even the information things are not better to look at. It's insane. Wow. Actually, like I mentioned, during the weekends, kids would come around. They would hang out here. They would just hang out with their friends and maybe, like I said, shop and check out and buy some stuff. Look at this. Dang, that's nuts. A hole in the map. That's not good. Yeah, actually, yeah, that store that was there. That restaurant was there when I worked here back in the late 1990s. So yeah. Like some stuff, like I said, some stores are still open. I don't know if that restaurant's been open since COVID, so it is what it is. But let's go cruise around here. Got a Navy Career Center over here. I'm pretty sure that's probably still open. I also want to give a huge shout out to Adam the Blue. Little terrible news about what happened to him. Rest in peace, Adam the Blue. Even though, yeah, I did not get to meet him in person. I got to see his videos. I heard from, I think, like, what's it, Just Scarred, that he loved Back to the Future. And I think I saw a video when I was at work where he and Scar was here. Just remember the Back to the Future. I highly recommend checking out that video. It is pretty awesome, in my opinion. Like I said, rest in peace, Adam the Blue. I found out he died, like I said, when I was at work. I think there was like some videos of like people were posting about him passing away. At first thought, like, okay, you know what, that's not true. So I researched. I found it was true. So rest in peace, Adam the Blue. And you're cruising down here at Puente Mall. Ross is still open. That's pretty cool. I think that was there when I was here too, right? People just taking pictures. Probably video. I don't know when this mall's going to be turned into a parking lot, but I hope and pray Morning Glory. I don't think this was here when I was here. Yeah. Alright, we're back. So, like I said, we're here. What's Mall, downstairs. This was like pretty much where you can customize your ride. You can go around here. So we are here near the AMC 20 movie theater. Which I'm pretty sure they're not doing business going on. It's still opening. It's still open. This was a, oh my God, I'm trying to remember. This was I think the arcade. So I think they had like two floors. Well, I think that was a skate shop. This was a GameStop. It starts with a G, like game or whatnot, but yeah, this used to be the arcade, and where people can like buy books, paperback books or hardcover books, and now they can just do it on digitally or use Amazon to buy the hardcovers or the paperbacks. This used to be a Wetzel's Pretzels over here, which that was pretty cool. And they got this store, which I don't remember this store here. I don't remember this at all. I don't remember this. But, wow. I'm glad that some stores are open, some stores are closed. It's too bad that some stores are closed. What we'll do later on is we'll take a look at the parking area, or not parking area, where the street where, like I mentioned on Back to the Future Part 1, where Marty McFly would run from the Libyans and drive the door up to 88 miles per hour. At least we know that the AMC 20 is still open. This, like I said, was very popular. People would come in and watch movies, and I'm glad that it's still doing business. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a lot of nostalgia around here. Up here, like I mentioned, if I was one of the city councilmen members here in City of Industry, I would, honest God, I would make this as a landmark. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the car. We're gonna go up to, I think it was Mervin's, which I think it was here. One of these areas over here. I think it was over here. So we are here outside of the Puente Mall here at the City of Industry. Now, like I mentioned, the inside, I'm glad that the AMC 20 is doing a lot of business. That's pretty cool. That was there when I was working for McDonald's. Forever 21, I remember that store. That's, I think, closed down. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna check out where Marty McFly sped up the DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour in Back to the Future Part 1. Let's go. So we are here near the outside of the Puente Mall, aka the Twin Pines Mall in Back to the Future Part 1. So near, I think it was Soup Plantation, Soup Plantation, right there. Soup Plantation right there. Martin McFly would be over here, and then he would encounter Doc around here, Doc Brown, Back to the Future Part 1. Then he would take the DeLorean, and he would race against the Libyans, trying to evade the Libyans. And he would go right here, I would imagine, over here, and it would go 88 miles per hour back in time. That used to be, or I think it's over here, was a Mervin's store. Yeah, it was a Mervin's right here. Yes. But yeah, look at this. So much has changed here at the Puente Mall, here at the City of Industry. But just want to let everyone know, like I mentioned before, I used to work here in the late 1990s. That has, I think, been closed for the longest time. Over here, I don't know if these are the Chili's or the Habit. Yeah, that's the Habit. That was it was the Hollywood Video. So back in the late 1990s, they would have these rent movies, like cassettes or DVDs or whatnot. They don't have it no more, thanks to Netflix and everyone else. You get them on demand. But people would rent movies, and this, I think, was a, if I'm going to point, I think that used to be a Hollywood Video. They had like Blockbuster Video, they had Hollywood Video, but yeah, that was it. And I think this is where the site where Martin McFly would encounter Doc in Back to the Future Part 1 and go 88 miles per hour. But what we're going to do is we're going to cruise around here. Like I said, he would race around here. I would assume he would race around here and go 88 miles per hour to evade the Libyans. And if I'm not mistaken, I think around here somewhere is where they had the Fox Video or the Photo Lab or something like that. But yeah, look at this. Wow. So much nostalgia here at the Puente Mall. As I mentioned, some stores are open, some stores are closed, they're boarded up. I'm glad that AMC 20 is still open. Too bad that some stores are closed. I'm pretty sure they've probably been closed since after or before COVID. But yeah, this is where it's at. Look at this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will love to see the site of Back to the Future Part 1. And here it is, Puente Mall. We're not going to speed up to 88 miles per hour, but I can imagine that Marty McFly would be almost crashing right here if I can point, if he didn't go 88 miles per hour. But yeah, he went back in time to save Doc Brown. my favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future. I love Back to the Future. So I think a shared interest with like Adam DeWoo, God rest his soul. Rest in peace, Adam DeWoo. Up in heaven, smiling down on us. I know, I'm pretty sure Justin Scarred loved Back to the Future as well too, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is where it's at. The Puente Mall here on January 10th, 2026. Also want to wish everyone a happy, belated New Year. I hope everyone had a very safe and prosperous 2026. Like I mentioned, this is January 10th, 2026. I'd like to mention everyone in the Full Throttle community a happy, prosperous New Year. A little weird. 2025 was a little bit weird. I know for me, 2025 was, yeah, there's some areas where I would, how do I say this? There's some areas where, yeah, I would not go to, like say, I don't know, like the Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights, which I really wanted to go. The Oogie Boogie Bash, the After Dark events. I know there's some in Arizona where they had the Arizona State Fair, all those events. But hopefully, I'm pretty sure in 2026 we're gonna have a lot more content here on this channel, Full Throttle YouTube. Please stay tuned. Hit like, subscribe to the channel. Smash, you don't just smash the like button and smash the subscribe button. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Rest in peace, Adam the Woo. Peace.